All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier self hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, as is custom, as I was preparing for today's pod, um, I just stayed present to whatever thoughts were bubbling up. And this thought that caught my attention, I felt was pretty um, interesting. Uh, it definitely got my attention. And this is all about our, I mean, it started with me, but obviously, this is for all of us listening. It, um, it reminded me about uh, my own experience today and over the last couple of days. And what kept surfacing was, energy and the shift and the flow of energy. So let's dive in today in the pod, and let's explore. And let's explore together. And of course, if you happen to be watching this or listening to this on YouTube, on my podcast channel, definitely drop me a line, drop me a message. Let me know what you think. Let me know what energy means to you, especially as a digital coach, because the work that we do is nothing uh, out of the ordinary. Uh, Everything that we do is always at a elevated or an expanded uh, con- context, um, simply because we are showing up for ourselves, we are showing up for our clients, and when we are going through anything for that matter, um, energy is something that will constantly not only keep shifting, but we become aware of these shifts in our own energy. So as I was, getting ready for today's pod, when this word popped into my mind, it made me smile for a second. It also reminded me of how in the past I've dealt with energy shifts very, very differently. There are a lot of times where, quote unquote, I may have lost that battle, um, temporarily giving into whatever the flow of energy was leading me to. If you're somebody who in the past has struggled with um, any kind of issues in your life, it could be temperament, it could be habits, um, any kind of what we call today self-harm, self-abuse. It's just something to pause and reflect, and also accept that wherever you were, wherever I was on my journey, I know that at that point, you know we were doing the best that we could. And today, where you are, it's a reminder of how far you've come. And for me as well, it definitely um, it definitely makes me more present. It makes me feel more present. And I could feel that shift over the course of the day. And of course, by the end of this evening, before it was time to record this pod, it definitely uh, gave me a moment to reflect and notice how my energy shifted through the day. And um, for folks out there who I fondly refer to as the civilians, people who are not yet um, on their um, conscious journey of self work, um, energy shifting, may take on a different form. Sometimes it's binging, sometimes it's feeling sick, feeling ill. In our case, it's a little different because the work that we all do as digital coaches is um, it is much deeper work, because remember, we are not only doing our own personal work, but we're also doing this work for and on behalf of our clients. So, many years ago, there was this movie that I saw, uh, which had Keanu Reeves, playing the central character. And if I remember correctly, the movie was The Sin Eater, right? So, in essence, the kind of work that we're doing, a lot of times we are showing up for our clients to hold that space for them. And along that way, there are times where their insecurities, their demons, so to speak, metaphorically, maybe energetically as well, uh, those are the ones that we are coming across. And now, depending on our own personal work, depending on how much of our personal work that we're doing, we will be in a position to be able to do, to be able to hold that space, hold the fort for them, for our clients, as deeply or as much, as our own personal work allows us. Now, of course, if you are a digital coach and you're doing this kind of work for your clients, it could be in any of the 5 streams, uh, as I so fondly call them. What are these 5 streams? There's health, wealth, relationships, um, spirituality, and purpose. Even now, after all these months, it's interesting how I still find myself taking a moment and just breathing this in, because the health, wealth, relationships, that's something that we all get. And spirituality is, again, something that a lot of us are doing this kind of work today in. Whether we're teaching a form, so maybe you're a yoga teacher, and so that's your version of teaching and helping your clients go deeper into or be on their spiritual journey, um, or it's just being more in sync with our own selves, right, with our own um, universal selves, shall we say. So I'm sure at some point this will turn into a bigger, longer form pod. But for now, just a reminder that, regardless of which of these streams that you're working in, one, it's okay if you find yourself wanting to try and help your clients, deal with their own energy. And in that process, sometimes we can get sucked into our own personal journey, our own um, mind fog, if you want to call it that. But I think what's different, and this is where, this is kind of like the lesson in it for me, which I'm sharing with you, is that the more, we are building these guardrails, the more we have community, the more we have people that we can, talk about this journey, especially as digital coaches, the more you'll find yourself being able to um, do this work rather than get caught up in our own heads and get, um, sometimes it's getting caught up in imposter syndrome. Sometimes it's just doubting ourselves, and or sometimes it's just taking ourselves out of the equation. So it's almost like we are, putting up these barriers that we're not even aware of, just so that we don't end up doing the deeper work. So in all of these situations, all I can say is it's okay if this is something that you experience, and just keep in mind that if this is what you're feeling, the more you have these guardrails, especially in the context of community, the more you will be able to prevent yourself from getting sucked into your own, your own shadow, right? So with that, I'm going to pause for today. I want to thank you once again, because it's your energy that draws me to make these pods and to share with you, snippets from my own experiences, my own life's journey over these last 21 years. And more importantly, it's also, you know, it gives me a moment to reflect on my own life, and kind of like a, dear diary kind of a experience. It's like I was telling a friend of mine earlier today. I never considered myself to be a journal writer, or someone who documented their sort of like how was my day today kind of a thing. But this format strangely um, feels natural to just show up, share something with you, which is a reflection of my own life and where I'm at right now. And, I know that at some level, this is, or on many levels, this is leaving an impression with you. And this is my prayer for you, that, that you are able to um, not only be aware that, there will be energy shifts, whether it is, the lunar cycles or whatever it be, but that it's okay if there are these shifts. And these shifts are also what make us go deeper into, our own awareness. And so I really do wish you on your journey and wish you the very best. May you continue to keep doing this work. And of course, if there's any way in which I can help you, definitely let me know. And thank you once again. And last but not the least, remember to always live with purpose. So I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye. Have a wonderful week ahead. And of course, in tomorrow's pod, I'll tell you about our workshop, which is called Mera Number Kab Aayega, that happens on Sundays at 11 a.m. So till then, take care. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye bye.